Up now we have Irina Chelysheva, I hope that I got that close to correct, who's an associate at VMP, Vlasova, Mikhel and Partners, where she deals with dispute resolutions and IP/IT law issues. She has experience including incorporation of IT companies in Belarus, crypto platform operators, and protection of intellectual property rights. Can you please give her a very warm welcome to the stage?
Okay, it works. Hello, everybody. My name is Irina Chelysheva. It was right like this. And I will talk about regulation of decentralization, or deregulation. You will decide in the end of this presentation how shall we regulate or not. So actually, there is a great thing about regulation of decentralization and technology of blockchain, and we can compare it with the gunpowder. When gunpowder appeared, there were some violent warriors who believed that it's actually dishonest to use it, and we shall still use swords in order to protect our land or whatever. However, the light of their candles wasn't really long-lived. That's why the same is about technology. Not use the new technology, ignore it, means probably to die. So today we will answer the question, to regulate the technology or not, and if regulate, what way shall we put this regulation in? And probably we will look at some good examples of this regulation all over the world. So, in order to regulate technology, we shall understand that technology is kind of teenager that already showed its potential, and in order to develop and evolve in the future, we need to put this potential into practice and give some strength to this technology, give some practical applications. And when it concerns blockchain, we can see different types of regulations that we can apply. It's framework regulation, sandbox, no regulation, or ban. And let's look on the right side of this table. No regulation. Okay, there are some countries all over the world that don't have regulation, and it's normal because they just, started to think about it maybe 2017. What does it mean to have no regulation? Does it mean that it's allowed, or does it mean that it's prohibited? Mostly it means that it's just not regulated and it will be covered by laws existed in this country. So actually it means that token will be kind of security, and security legislation will apply to tokens. Is it good or not? Okay, probably a lot of you know that security regulations is quite hard to deal with, especially if you are not talking about security itself. So, no regulation in some countries can be quite beneficial. Let's say in Singapore, there is no special regulation yet. However, many countries go there, many companies go there for launching their ICOs, and they still think that it's fine. However, there are some money issues that you need to take into account, because if you go there, you need to be prepared to deal with a lot of regulatory stuff, which is quite friendly, but still time and money consuming. So no regulation means either it's not comfortable or it's comfortable but expensive. Okay, when we have ban, there is nothing to say about it. It's just ban. It doesn't allow technology to develop. It doesn't allow companies to perform, and probably they're just escaping from that kind of countries. When we go for framework regulation and sandbox regulation, it's another story. It's really better. But what is the difference? Framework regulation sets this set of rules which shall be applied for the whole technology, for any kind of technological event that we can have. It could be an ICO, it could be smart contract, it could be cryptocurrency itself. The problem with framework regulation is that it does not fit to the time of how technology is evolving over the time. It could be quite going a little bit back from the technology and time, so it doesn't fit the time. And sandbox is better because it allows to have more freedom. Why is that? Because government and regulators who adopt the rules, they think, okay, we can have a sandbox. If it doesn't work, we will somehow tackle with it, and it will be fine because it's small. Sandbox means that you have a regulation for a particular group of companies and for particular activities in one jurisdiction, so not for the whole jurisdiction. So it's easier to control. But the problem with this kind of regulation, sandbox, that the government can come one day and say, experiment failed. We will just, abolish these rules. You will not be able to perform anymore. Okay, what shall I do then? So it's still a tricky question where to go and what to do. Personally, I believe the sandbox is better than everything that we have here. However, we shall be also quite careful with the sandbox that we choose to put the regulation. And the examples of that we have, framework regulation, could be United States. Sandbox regulations, okay, it could be also in Estonia, it could be Gibraltar, and it could be Belarus that we talk about it a little bit later. And about Ben, as you probably know, it's South Korea and China. It's just an example. So you should follow the principles of smart regulation, because smart regulation is not that kind of regulations that put new technology in old regulatory box, because it's like, why shall the token be a security or commodity? Why shall it be token? Why shall we put this kind of old regulation to the new discovery, a new idea? So principle of smart regulation, it shall be proportional to the innovation itself. So the speed the regulation, the technology develops, the same speed shall be for regulation itself. Regulation must be technological neutral. So it means if we are talking about tokens, they shall not be means of exchange, like there is normal money, fiat money, and there is a tokens. No, they shall be means of payment. And it must be business model neutral, because we all do the things and we want to have been paid. We want to have this kind of income, we have to have money. So it shall be a business model oriented. And I just want to share an example of the country that I'm coming from, it's Belarus. Can it be a new IT mecca? Okay, it's a good question, and it's you to decide. So now we have a new decree of the president, and probably a lot of people already heard of it. Somebody heard of it? Please, can you raise your hands who have heard of this new regulation in Belarus? Okay, great. Not that many, but still, now everyone will know. So this decree actually regulates the activity of high-tech park. It's kind of special park for IT companies to have better environment for their development. Also, some opportunities for crypto, sorry, there is a mistake, activities for high-tech park residents and crypto activities for the whole country, because it has separate regulation for high-tech park activities and for the whole country. But in general, what we have now, crypto is legal in Belarus. Mining is legal. ICO is legal. What else can we have? Any kind of crypto exchange activity is legal. Okay, it will just depend how you will perform it. If you are individual person, then probably you can do just mining, you can buy token, you can sell it, you can exchange it, you can, I don't know, give it someone as a gift. It's fine, and it will not be taxable, no taxes. But I should say that until 2023, it's kind of tax holidays. Then the government will see how it works, but I have kind of positive expectations. And about high-tech park. So if you have residents of high-tech park, you need to launch a company in Belarus, then you can become a resident of high-tech park. It's kind of just formality, like my company belongs to this group of companies. It's not even a group, it's kind of umbrella regulation. And then you can do whatever with token, like mining, transacting, exchanging, and also there is C, which is shall not be here in the word token, sorry. And about ICO, companies in high-tech park can start ICO, can do ICO. Companies that are not residents still can do ICO through the residents of high-tech park. It means that you kind of have a contract with them. Mining is legal for both, like for high-tech park and for overall like companies in Belarus. And crypto exchange activities or crypto platforms, it's legal for high-tech park. And you need to be this kind of crypto exchange platform. So there are some kind of requirements for your money, for your assets, but still it's not that much. Okay, so how it works, you can see here, you launch a company in Belarus, then you go to this high-tech park itself, like you become a resident or you're doing it through the resident of high-tech park. And then you launch an ICO, you receive money back, and then either you change them here and coming back to your company, or you just leave it like a cryptocurrency on your accounts. It's fine. So what we it shall not be there. I mean, what that? Okay, but here are some things that are unique in this decree in comparison to other regulations that you probably have heard, like that we spoke about. Okay, actually I don't remember what was there in the, in the top of it, but still, okay, so first of all, we shall say that it is positive ICO regulation. What does it mean? It means that the rules of ICO that you will have, you write yourself. I mean, you elaborate these rules by yourself. You don't have any written already. Okay, it shall be approved. Nobody will just let you go like this. It shall be approved, but normally it's really dispositive. So, also, mining is not entrepreneurial activity. It means that you, your assets, money that you have through money, like cryptocurrency, it's not taxable. So you will not pay taxes. Tax holidays, it's what I said about, and we will go to tax rates just in a few minutes. So the first in the world definition of smart contract. Is it useful? Okay, it's first in the world. The International Standardization Organization still works on it, and now we have it. And actually it's quite great because it's quite wide, and even if the technology will evolve, it still will be appropriate. Moreover, it determines smart contract not only like a way of contracting and the contract itself. So normally it's legal. You can do it in Belarus. And let me think what was there. Okay. What else? And a token itself, it's not like asset. Let's say in Russian Federation we have a definition of token like an asset. Here we have this like kind of certification of right, which is great because it's still the rules of securities that I have mentioned already will not apply to tokens. So it's not regulated by securities rules, and no currency regulation that normally exists in all the countries, and in Belarus it was quite difficult, all this banking stuff. Now it just will not apply to these activities. So it's, I mean, it's really free. And what else? What else we have? Just some few perks like carrots without sticks. So tax holidays, it means that the residents of high-tech park will pay just 1% of their profit to the administration of high-tech park, and also 9% instead of 30% of income tax for the employees who work there. So also immunity from foreign trade control, so all this kind of stuff that were scaring people who were thinking about Belarus. They're like, oh my God, there's so many rules, I will not go there. Anyway, so here, no rules applied to this. English law instruments. Okay, this actually tricky phrase, and it always makes me, I don't know, really funny, because English law instruments and Belarusian law, how does it work? Okay. Belarusian law is not really easy thing to deal with for foreigners. However, when you come to Belarus and you're going to high-tech park, you can do what you used to do, like let's say when you applied English law. It means you can have this unconvertible loan, so it will be easier in banking, in terms of banking. You can have shareholders agreements. You can have uncompete agreement with your employees, so you will be sure that he will not run away from you to another company. And all other stuff in English law that are really useful. So it's a kind of Convenient immigration rules, regulations, liberalization. Okay, you will stay in Belarus without visa for almost 180 days. You will not need any permission for your employees who are foreigners. Currency control, as I say, conditional audits. Like, okay, audit will be only permitted upon the permission of the High-Tech Park Administration. So my time is coming up. So you can enter being a resident of Belarus. And actually, this is what lawyers do. They analyze risks, criminal, tax, financial, corporate, and our legal services include these schemes. So we analyze all the risks, we launch a company, we elaborate all the contractual basis, and then probably it. So we support ICO projects all over the period of their life. So, and if you have any questions, you can ask me like when we have a coffee pause or something like this. Thank you very much for your attention.